Hey, what's going on? I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you had a good trading day. What do we got? Hmm? I'll tell you what we got. I'm going to go through um, three of the groups, three of the groups that best performed today. All right, I'm going to try to go this as quick as I can because I do have a number of stocks that we need to look through. Okay. All right, so we're going to start right off the bat with our number one group of the day, which was communications. All right, XLC. All right, XLC takes the week up and then kind of shies back inside. Okay, but we looking pretty good here. All right, comes inside now on your quarter. I know you can't see that, but you can see the month, all right, because they look identical, right? Well, they don't. They look a little different. All right. So here's your day XLC. All right, got up to 110.75 and backed off here. As you see, that's your weekly right there. Okay, so two up on the week. Pretty good group here. All right. Now I'm going to look at some of these stocks and we'll see what they have. I got a couple of China names here that are kind of setting up a little bit. I like where they're coming from. Heavy down with the 2 month down on JD. Now JD comes back inside. Okay. And you're one inside the week. All right. Which means you're going to stay inside week. Okay. So we got 1 day to go. Could be a sleeper day tomorrow. So just kind of be aware of that. Cheapo options, everything. All right. A lot of people, they're going to be drinking beer and watching soccer and whatever else they do. The holiday will be on. All right, so I don't see too much action tomorrow. That's why I want to pay attention on these ones that are inside. All right, so JD looks better to me here. All right, we got full time frame now back in, but we are going to be inside, and inside is where we're going to be. All right, so little better there on JD. We'll see. Like I said, I like where it's coming from here, and I see. Believe it or not, I had better volume coming down on JD, coming down on the weekly, and today we're losing volume. We're probably going to lose more tomorrow too. All right, so it just is what it is. All right, and then we look at uh, Alibaba. All right, Baba, back inside on the week here. All right, got the insider, staying insider, coming straight down from weeks and weeks and weeks. All right, so it's going to take something to get these things back up, but we'll see what happens. All right, Baba has been coming straight down, and Chiners have been down. All right. So maybe it's time for a turnaround for the Chiners. Daily had a good day today, a little bit of two up. All right, and you got a 2 hour that's floating inside. What do I like? I like the 2-1. I like the 2-1 on the week. All right, we'll see if Baba can turn things around. Um, Billy Baru, and the only reason is because this group was hot today. All right, so Billy Baru, I really like the 2-2 already up on the week. All right, so this is moving here. Um, we're searching for 1929 right now. That's our number. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Looks like it's popping up here 1750 or something. So there's a little bit of swing oil in this Billy Baru here right now. All right, it's with the two up already. All right, so I like that, and that would be our target at 1929, and then we'll see where we would want to get positioned in on that one. All right, so Billy Baru, I like Netflix, even though it's garbage. Um, but garbage it will be. All right, so back inside with the new month, the quarter's still intact. Um, and here's your Netflix coming back at your inside oneer. I like it because it triangled out. I like it because sellers kind of lost control here in this week. All right, they had it down pretty good here. All right, and the sellers kind of lost control there a little bit. So you're starting to see the as the sellers start to lose control, it just kind of will lift on its own. That's a two up on a day. It hasn't had one of those in a while, just on the daily either. All right, it's been a couple there, but it's been choppy. All right, so 2-1 inside on the Netflix. And again, this group is hot. So let's see if this group can stay hot. All right. I'll talk about Roblox, but I think that the problem we have with Roblox is that we have to go too far to get where we can without any other magnitudes right now. Okay, so coming up on the weekly here, we got this guy right here at 62.92. You got this guy over here as well. So there's a few here. There's a few stepping stones that could get us there. Um, Now they tried again today. Just had a good day though today. The question is, are they just going to go and do it, or are they going to stall out for the rest of the week? Um, Tomorrow's a sleepy day. I think it's going to get there, all right, but stalling out right now just means it's stalling out. And look what's going on with these 2 hours now. It's starting to get a little messy there, all right. So I hope it breaks and comes back down to us for a little bit. I would prefer that a little bit more there. All right, that's that with that group. I'm going to go here to discretionaries. Walmart, man. So Walmart was a great day today because Walmart gapped down. It got down to 107 and change. I bought some. Walmart today on this move to the downside. Just think that it's going to get right. All right, still red on the month, still red on the quarter, still got all kinds of troubles. All right, but we'll see. We know how quickly they can change. Okay, so this is your discretionary list. This was up. By the way, here communications they were up 2.6% today. All right, that's a pretty good move. And on their cyclicals, we had a little just under than 1%, and that's the best they could eke out in this market. And I think that's all we're going to get for tomorrow too. All right, I like where Walmart's starting to come up from here. All right, getting back up to 108 and change. All right, so 110 to get through the day there. It's going to have to be simultaneously break into the back upside if that does happen. We are going to come inside this week, and we are going to be stuck inside here. All right, and we'll see what happens with Walmart. All right, I like where it's coming from with the down moves here. This has been a nice move to the downside, and you see some of the volume dropping down as well. But again, don't really count on that because it's been a slow day. All right, we're not getting really a full day there. All right, Costco, man, just getting killed. Not breaking the year by any stretch. It was down to 853.90 here at the beginning of the year. All right, so Costco, it's just been pounded with the 3-2-2 back down on the monthlies. All right. We'll see what happens. This one is a little bit more of a wild card. I'm going to be watching it. We'll see this. It's going to be outside for the week. It could expand even a little bit more here, and then we wait to see what happens coming into next week and maybe the new month. Okay, so Costco, we'll see. We got Warsh now starting to talk about rates and stuff like this. He's talking about inflation and stuff like this. So we got a new sheriff in town. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to come in and play with. All right. So Costco, we'll see if that turns around. That one is a little bit of a wild card as well. I got to say, man, Kohl's stores, it fought back today. All right. I bought some more. I think this thing goes better. I mean, coming back down right now, 1863 or wherever it's coming from. I like the inside month. All right. Cooking a really nice inside month there. And I love the Momo hammer on the week. All right. A lot of sellers lost on volume in this one, too. Buyers started to get control on Kohl's stores today. And keep an eye on that one. Lulu, 2-1 inside. You got the month in, and you got the weekend. It ran back up. Took a 2-2-2 day up. 2-2 day up now. All right, back up to 121 with you, I think. All right, it's already 2 on the week. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I think this thing could start to move up exponentially. Little pivot machine gun on that one. All right, Lulu. I like that one. I like Jenny. Got back up again today on the weekly. It's been bouncing around on the week. All right, but I wish I would have bought some on the low there of the week, but I did not. I missed that. All right, but Jenny, I like the 2 up, your inside and your inside quarter, and your 2 up on day. All right, that's provided that discretionaries stay hot. That's what we need to have happen. Caesar, um, it's been inside the week. I want it to stay 1, and I want it to go 2-1-2. All right, month doesn't look like too much to take at $31 right now. All right, this thing's good to lift here. You're looking for a 3-1-2 month. All right, setting up a 3-1-2 quarter, 3-1-2 quarter. Look at that one on your thing there. All right, there is a 3-1-2 quarter setting up there. All right, Caesar, that one. I'm just going to talk about the banks. Banks were up as well today. There was only 3 sectors that were really good today. I got one thing to say about the banks. They're pie in the sky. I'm not too crazy about them. All right, they're up here on the month. All right, you got full time frame. All right, so J.P. Morgan, not doing anything here, but a nice outside day today. All right, I don't think I'd go chasing them. Goldman Sachs has got shooter down on the month here from this last month that just closed here. June, bad month for Goldman Sachs. All right, that could go into force. Goldman Sachs goes down, they all go down. All right, so that's my crutch about the banks. All right, Citibank, and that is coming off of broadening formation on that one. All right. Again, Citibank, pie in the sky up here. Banks are now. I didn't look at all. I didn't look at the insurers. I didn't look at Progressive. I didn't look at the other groups. I just looked at the banks. But I'll start to delve through some of the other ones, and Visa and Mastercard. But we'll see about that one. All right. I'm not too excited about it. They were strong today. Bank America, nice day, right? There you go. Looks great. Full time frame continuity to the upside. This would be going into all time highs now on Bank America. Um, Looks pretty good. I mean, this one, if there's anyone I probably like this one for because you're going into all time highs and this one's a little bit better. All right. And then I looked, I think, at UBS and Wells Fargo. I'm going to wrap it up here. UBS coming back down at the end of the day today. I like that move to the downside. All right. So again, pie in the sky. We'll see what happens with the banks. Not too excited about them, but they're up there, and we'll see. And then there's their XLF. I'll show you that one. Nice day up. All right. That's it. I'm not going to the futures. You know what's going on with the futures. All right. See what happens. See what happens in the next few days. All right. Real estate and healthcare, they're trying to get back up, but the big guys go first. Remember that. Thermo is going up. United Healthcare is going up. Then they'll go for the little guys. Always remember that. They'll always go for the big guys first. All right. Be good. Be good.